Hi, I'm Margueritte Aozasa, the head coach of the UCLA women's soccer team, and this is The American Athlete. I started coaching, quote unquote, full time when I was still in college, which I look now as a college coach and I think of my own players doing that. And I'm like, there's no way I would ever advise them to do that. Our first season was just a total whirlwind. Mostly, I think, because I was doing it all for the first time. And what I love about it, though, is because I was doing it all for the first time, there was no right or wrong. We were just, me and my staff, just coaching on pure gut instinct, the whole time. And it was so freeing, and it was so fun. A couple moments that really stick out to me, when I got to campus initially and I saw our schedule, I saw on there that we had to play Duke and UNC away early in September. That is a trip that nobody schedules ever. So that stands out to me of just okay, gotta put my big girl pants on because we gotta really have to coach this group. And then the whole off season, because I inherited the team in January. Our first game's not till August, so we had from January to June to really coach the group. The things I realized from an on-field perspective, it was the first time in a long time that I had gotten to coach a team kind of with my vision, right? When you're an assistant coach, regardless of what you think the game should be, your job is to communicate the head coach's vision as best you can. I realized the emphasis we needed to put on defending, so most of our off-season was spent defending. Thankfully, they all bought in and we were able to do that, and we came away with 2 wins when we went to UNC and Duke, and then the season just kept rolling. And we were gaining momentum and players were stepping up when we needed them to. And then obviously we got to playoffs and it wasn't an easy run. We went to PKs in the second round. People forget that piece. We almost didn't make it out against a very good UCF team, but we did that kind of in commanding fashion. And then I think the biggest moment is when we beat Virginia to go to the Final Four. And my husband will say, you guys have had this incredible season, but this is the first time I get a sense that you're kind of proud of what you've done so far. Because for me, once you get to the Final Four, you actually have a chance to win the whole thing. I was the only person on staff that had been to a Final Four. So I kind of knew the pomp and circumstance that comes with it. And I was just so excited for our whole team to experience that. The final and everything was amazing. I'm still recovering emotionally from that, but it was really special. I'm so happy that was my first taste of being a head coach, because now I'm just going to chase that for the rest of my career. Okay, it was a little funny because I didn't tell anybody at work that I was pregnant until I was about 5.5 months in. Not because I was hiding anything, just because it was one more thing to deal with and we were in the middle of season and I was I just can't handle this, all eyes on me and having to plan. So yeah, she was born in April and I didn't tell anyone until late November. But it was so sweet because when I told Aaron, my boss, our administrator, Aaron literally started crying. That's the amount of support that we have. I couldn't do what I'm doing without that. Earlier this year, the head coach of Notre Dame football, he was interviewed because he has 6 kids, I believe. And someone asked him in an interview, well, how do you balance being a Notre Dame football coach and then being a father of 6? And he was I don't balance. I blend as much as I can. So if there's any time at work where my kids are welcome, whether it's training, whether it's team meal or on the road, they're there because I can't separate it. Because if I tried to, I wouldn't be a good father and I wouldn't be a good coach. And thankfully, that's what UCLA has allowed me to do. There's many babies on staff now, and we're so fortunate that that's what we can do. So Akari, sweet girl, 10 weeks, she was out on the field almost all day. And I can also be very thankful that the women's soccer community is very supportive. So other coaches, they would be holding her. I drop her bottle, they're getting it. The players and their families, happy to help. And so from my standpoint, I've had a wonderful experience being a mother and being the head coach at UCLA. And I think for Akari, she knows no different. We want all our players to look back on their time with us and say, that's something I really enjoyed and something I'm really proud of. And that's kind of our guiding light. We want to make sure that they're looking forward to practice, but also feeling like they've been challenged and that they're growing. The other thing that's really important to us, we often say in our program, like, our goal is to quote unquote raise professionals. I read a book once when I was at Stanford, and it was called How to Raise an Adult. And I thought the nuance of that language was so interesting, because we always talk about how to raise children. How do you raise someone that when their time is done, they're ready to go be successful, kind of beyond what you have to offer? And that's what we think. Like, how can your time in our program set you up for success after our program? You know, a lot of our players aspire to play at the pros. When they're done with us, they need to feel comfortable having a conversation with their head coach about playing time in a way that is productive and not detrimental to their career. Like, that's really important. In our pro league, you could be playing for Portland today, and you could be traded to Gotham tomorrow, and they have to be ready for that. And so those are the things that really are most important to us, how they look back on their time as positive and meaningful, and that they feel ready and prepared to go into whatever that next step looks like.
Right, so that's how the